Welcome to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. I'm so glad you're here in the studio, you're here out there in the audience watching us from home. It's great to be with people you like and with friends right now, because I gotta tell you, the last 24 hours, the news has been really, really rough. Angry people in the streets, some of them in riot gear, and the governor of North Carolina has declared a state of emergency in Charlotte. The shooting of African Americans by police officers and the community outrage that follows seems to keep happening over and over again, no matter how many times we do nothing. And at times like these, it's hard to know what to say, but it's easy to know what not to say. Unless you're USA Today columnist and psychic you hired from Craigslist, Glenn Reynolds. Because last night, Reynolds tweeted a picture of protesters in traffic with the caption, "Run them down." Wow. That is such a terrible tweet that it made USA Today's worst tweet infographic. Now, these protests turned violent last night, and I just wish there was some sort of respectful, silent civil protests that people could engage in that wouldn't enrage the other side. Yeah, nope, that's not gonna work either. In fact, Colin Kaepernick's starting the trend of taking knee during the national anthem, and he's become the most disliked player in the NFL. Now, a second-string quarterback hasn't been this hated since Steve Hurtling Hitler Reinhardt. Pretty good player, though.
Yeah,
pretty good player.
Run the blitz.
I understand why some people are angry at Kaepernick. I mean, they watch football as an escape from the harsh realities of life, unless you're a Cleveland Browns fan, in which case, there's no escape. Well, in the face of continued heartbreaking racial strife, all eyes turn to civil rights icon, the Reverend Dr. Donald Trump. Yesterday, Trump reached out to the black community at two events in Ohio. Both were at black churches. Well, one of them was technically a black church, but it was filled with white people. I haven't seen so many white people placing black people since Brooklyn. And last night, it's a lovely community. It's a lovely community. And last night, in a town hall, Trump offered a solution to black-on-black violence.
There's been a lot of violence in the black community. I want to know, what would you do to help stop that violence, you know, black-on-black crime?
Right. Well, one of the things I'd do, Ricardo, is I would do stop and frisk. I think you have to.
That's a bad idea, okay? Stop and frisk is a bad idea. Not only has it been found unconstitutional, but if Trump's doing the frisking, it will take him hours with those tiny little hands of his. There's been a lot of racial unrest recently, and you'd have to be an idiot to think you could pinpoint a single cause for it. And luckily, one Trump campaign chair in Ohio is just that idiot.
If you're black and you haven't been successful in the last 50 years, it's your own fault. I don't think there was any racism until Obama got elected. That we never had problems like this.
That's right. There was no racism until Barack Obama was elected. Martin Luther King didn't just have a dream, the whole thing was a hallucination. Wow. An illusion. By the way, did you look at the interviewer's reaction to everything she's saying? Yeah, that right there, I think has got to be the world's worst, that was really racist poker face. Whoa. Now, Miller thinks she knows the roots of the black community's problems.
We have 3 generations of all still having unwed babies.
Shameful. Unwed babies. Babies who aren't married. You should always marry your baby to another baby on the day it's born. That way they always remember their anniversary because it's the same as their birthday. Come on! Now say hi to John Baptiste and stay human, everybody.